Hi, it is Strawberryrot, and today I wanted to talk about something that I get asked about pretty frequently, and that is just the general topic of wigs. I wear wigs pretty regularly in my day-to-day life. The reason why, I just think that they really improve your outfits a lot. Like, my real hair is short and black and would not match this outfit at all, and so I really like to have the ability to change up my style so easily, and I am involved in more than one fashion, so having just one hair color doesn't really work for me when I'm into things like fairy K, Lolita, and gothic styles. So just having black hair wouldn't work, and just having pale green hair wouldn't work very much. So I like the ability to change my looks. And that's something that has given me a lot of confidence as well, is just being able to experiment with fashion, makeup, all that kind of stuff, and I think that wigs really play a major role in that. So first I'll talk about how to make cheaper wigs look better, and the way that you're going to do that is really to just style it to your liking. When you first get a wig, it's going to be like down to here on you, and obviously that's not a good look. If you don't like straight across bangs on yourself, you can like pin them to the side. Beautiful. Like do a lot of stuff so that your real hairline isn't visible. Like I always will put a safety pin to keep one piece flat right here so that it looks like you can't see my real hair underneath that's like peeking out a little bit, and it keeps it in place. So you really just want to focus on like keeping your real hair underneath, which is getting a decent wig cap. I actually wear two wig caps. I have one of the netted ones, and then I have one of the stocking kind of looking ones on top. And I think that the netting one helps to like bring all my hair up, and then the stocking one keeps it all in place. And by doing that, and by putting little things like a hairband or hair ties and whatever in your hair, your wig, it's going to make it look more natural. Even if it's very still obvious that I'm wearing a wig, it's like, at least it doesn't look terrible, I hope. Let me know in the comments. And the question that I get asked really frequently is where I get my wigs from, and for me, it's almost always eBay, because I am quite the bargain buyer. I am a penny pincher if there ever was one, and so I don't really see the point in spending $40, $50, $60 on a wig that is just going to be softer than a $20, $15 one. I think that styling plays a big part in how good your wig looks, and I'm alright at it, so I don't see the point in paying that much more for something that really won't give me that much of a difference. As well as I wear a lot of these daily, so I don't want to like ruin something that I spent a lot of money on. For example, I have a lace front wig. I have two lace front wigs that I own that honestly I ended up not even liking how they looked, because I don't like it when you can see the part, and I don't have pale pink hair to match with it, so it really just looked awkward to have it like coming out of my head. I don't know. It just looked weird, and I don't like the look of not having bangs on myself, so I ended up just giving them swoopy bangs, which completely defeats the purpose of paying $40, $60 for a lace front wig. I just made it so that you can't even tell that it's lace front. And if you are willing to spend that much money on a wig like that, then that's totally fine, but for me, I just don't really care that much. I'd rather put a little bit of effort into styling something to make it look how I want it to look than to pay a bunch of extra money for someone else to already style something and then toss up whether or not I'm even gonna like it. So now I can get into kind of how I find decent quality wigs on eBay, and that's really just through a lot of trial and error, a lot of searching and searching and searching. It's kind of something that I do as a little bit of a hobby, is I'll just look up wig colors that I want, and then I'll go through for a while trying to find like the cheapest version from the highest quality seller. And I do kind of enjoy it a little bit. I don't know if that's weird, but it's like an online shopping thing, even though I don't buy half of them. What I really do advise people is to look up things like cosplay, Harajuku, and Lolita wigs, because that's going to narrow it down from the cheap stuff that you'll get at Party City to actually being like made to wear on a regular basis wigs. Cosplay wigs are always kind of a toss-up, but it is going to be in a lot of the tags that you find decent quality ones anyways. So, like, if I wanted to find a wig like this, I would look up medium length, mint, green, Harajuku wig. I'm pretty sure that I found this under Harajuku wig. Sorting out the good and bad can be a little bit difficult, but I've kind of found my way of doing it, which is with shorter wigs, I just like to make sure that they have the bangs at the front and that they're not too short, because if they're too short, then your hair at the back might be showing. I don't think that thickness matters very much in shorter wigs, as long as you style it to like fit however it is, but with longer wigs, it is a little bit more difficult because they'll get tangled more easily, and they can be really obvious with the netting in the back, which like shows how the wig is made, and it just looks kind of cheap to have it showing too much. I don't really care that much about if people can tell that I'm wearing a wig, but two big factors are thickness and shine. And the shine is something that you can take care of to an extent with things like fabric softener, baking soda. I've heard I normally just wash them and then it takes out a lot, honestly. And then with longer wigs, you really do have to pay attention to how thick it is in the picture. If it's in the stock image and it's like however thick this kind of wig is, then it's not going to look good at all. You're going to see the netting in the back, and you're going to see the netting right here and right here, and that's just never a good look. So when it comes to longer wigs, you might want to spend closer to $20 depending on what you're buying. Whereas with shorter wigs, I feel comfortable spending like $15 on something that's going to look pretty decent and not too much like a wig. And not too noticeably, like, blaringly obvious that it is a wig. People do ask me a lot if I'm wearing a wig, and I think that that's just because I do such crazy looks, whereas if I was just wearing my, like, collarbone length black wig, people don't really question it that much because it's just a natural look. Whereas with these, like, you can definitely tell, but people always ask just to kind of reaffirm to themselves that it is, which I'm fine with. I don't like try and hide it or anything. A lot of times people will like compliment me on my hair and they'll ask me how I get it that color, and I'll just be like, oh, it's not real. So I think that I am alright at styling wigs. I might in the future do a video about how to style wigs, but currently I have none that are unstyled, so we'd have to order a new one for me, but I would not be complaining about that. I think that that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any suggestions for other videos that I could do or ways to improve my current videos, which I know my lighting is bad, I know that my speaker is probably terrible, but besides that, any suggestions, please let me know, and I will always be responding to comments and interacting with you guys as much as I can. I'll leave links to my other social media in the description box below. I just made a Tumblr. Like, I used to have a Tumblr for a very long time, and I just remade one, so that'll be down there. And if you want to follow me, that would be awesome. Thank you!